Welcome to JST, and today we are going to show you how to install AIO Cooler. To install a AIO Cooler, we need certain parts. First of all, a computer, a pre-assembled one or non-assembled one. You have the parts and you are going to install along with the radiator. Actually, AIO Cooler and an AIO Cooler. In this case, we have Corsair H105 AIO Cooler. And thanks to Corsair for providing us. And we need toolkit, screwdriver set. This is optimal, and you need no other tools like zip tie cutters and etc. And obviously you need Iso-Propyl Alcohol to clean. It's actually Iso-Propyl Alcohol. Don't guess by the bottle. I transferred it because the original bottle was very weak. And a lint flake cloth or maybe coffee filter and thermal paste. Because it's a reviewing it, so it will not be having a thermal paste. So I have a Cooler Masters, maybe V1. Here we have all our parts ready that needs to go along with the AIO. Here we have the AIO itself, the rad and the pump unit, the two SP 120mm fans provided by Corsair. Here we have the screwdriver and the set if you need so, the thermal compound or the thermal interface material, all the required screws for Intel, and Iso-Propyl Alcohol there, and obviously the case and the cabinet here. So we will be moving on to the installation right away. So we will start in the installation. First we need to remove the cabinet's side panels. In this case 3. You may be thinking that we need to remove the motherboard in order to install the backplate, but I will show you a way without removing the motherboard you can install the backplate. So first of all, you have to check the area of your cabinet where you can install radiator. As you can see, there is only one spot here and one spot on the front. So you need to remove the front panel. Yes. For your case, it may be different. Check your case manual for compatibility. So you can see we have access to our front fan mounts. So now let's remove the stock Intel cooler. To remove that, first you have to remove the 4-pin. You can check our video for that, dedicated video for that. We will first remove the 4-pin CPU header from here. Then turn this knobs 90 degree until you hear them click. You can use your screwdriver as well first, but I prefer to use my hand. Remove it in star pattern by pulling it outside, and you will see that the stock heatsink is removed. As you can see, the remainder of previous thermal paste is here. We don't need to remove this, but that present on the processor or itself. Now we will clean the front plate of the processor from the. We need to remove that thermal compound. I am using this cloth. You can also, we have also another dedicated video for that also. You can check there. This thermal paste is little bit less viscous, meaning it's like more like liquid and less like solid. That is why we are not getting a clean finish. By that time I am also giving a clean on the radiator's cold plate as well. And after cleaning, don't touch it by hand. Now, since we have prepped, we have done 50% or 20% of the job right now. We need to install the radiators plate which will help us to install it on the motherboard. We need this Intel's socket and this plate which will be provided for both. This works for both AMD as well as Intel. This only works for Intel. And this Corsair H105 is an Aztec based cooler. That is why you will see it almost looking like NZX's Krakens as well. So we need to install this Intel plate. So we're going to push this or pass through the holes present on the plate, the pump plate or the pump mount. You have to align in this way so that it gets fixed. Now if you push it from behind, it will not get out. Now we need to use this tension plate to push it through some 4 corners so that it gets attached permanently. Now you will see that it has attached and it doesn't comes out. Obviously you can take it out from pushing these 4 pins here. Now we need to install the back plate. If you are using a 2011 or 2011-3 socket, you don't need to install the back plate, as well as on AMD you don't need to install the back plate, but on Intel's 115X and 1366 you need to install the back plate. On the back of hardware cooler mounting screws, we need to get this back plate, which is Intel's back plate. If the 4 standoffs are on the bottom side, it means it is for LGA's 115X, and if it's outward like this, it's for 1366. Now we need screws. We need these 4 screws which are almost equally length on both sides. The unequal lengths which is like this, it's for LGA 2011 and LGA 2011-3 sockets. And we need these 4 thumb screws in order to mount the radiator, actually mount the pump unit afterwards. We don't need this now, but keep it aside. Now in order to mount the backplate in this motherboard, actually in this case we need to remove the motherboard, but I am going to show you how to do this without removing the motherboard. Now you need to be very cautious about this. Take this backplate and slide it through here. Slide it gently. You will have to face some cables and other things or whatnot. It can take some time, but if you remove the motherboard, it will be obviously easier. But who does the easy way? Now I am almost reached the point where I can mount the screws, but I need some techniques in order to do that. Start with the it is actually on right hand side from my current direction. Now if you can see, all the 4 standoffs are ready. If you can see, wait, I'm zooming it little bit. Okay, there's some error still. Oh yeah, if you can see, there's the standoffs are out, and I have not removed the motherboard from the cabinet as well. Now take these screws, 4 screws, and tighten it gently. You don't need to do star pattern here, but I am doing star pattern in order to make installation easier, because if it falls down it will become hard, and it has eventually fallen out. I need to remove everything and again do the placement right. It's better you have someone to help here, because otherwise it will fall off. And thanks to Saurav for helping me. Now we have almost done the installation of the backplate, but let's tighten it. I think maybe there is some slack, but our backplate installation is done, so we can mount our radiator now. Now let's install the radiator first. So if you use Corsair's mentioned way, we need to install the fans first. You need to use these long screws along with the washer, pass it through here and just attach it. I'm just showing you guys. I'm not going to do this way. And then after you install the fans, just put it like this. Now use this small screw, place it where you want, and use the small screws to hold your radiator. But this is pull, and I prefer push configuration, as well as I want to screw less screws. That is why I'm going to do the other method, that is push. So in order to do that, we need to, so guys, since we have chosen to do push configuration, we need to align the radiator this way, just the radiator, and pass the cables of the fan here, like here. So we need to screw the fans through here. If someone will help, it will be very nice. So you need another hand for that. Please wait for a while. So Saurav is holding the radiator as well as the fan, and now I'm going to screw just one part, because if I screw one here just lightly, so that the radiator does not fall, just that. I don't need to screw it fully now, because I need to attach the other fan as well. Now if Saurav leaves the radiator, it will not fall, obviously it will slack, because I have attached two screws, so it will help it to remain straight almost. You can see that if we use this method, we need to put 8 screws only and not 16. You will need to do 16 screws if you wish to plan push-pull configuration, which I will not recommend, since adding additional fan will not help you cool your CPU more. It's just a belief and nothing else. So thoroughly leave the radiator. As you can see, it's done. I will tighten it more, then I will put in more screws. And you need to check your cables as well, if they are reaching the appropriate slots or your slots or not. Sorry. And guys, if you over tighten any one side, you will not be able to mount on the other side, because it will flex the fans, which is not good. need to loosen some of these upper ones for that, because it has flexed the fan too much. Now we are done. We need to check the cable lengths as well. You can see the radiator mount has been done. Now we need to mount the cold plate or the pump unit here. You can see there is no thermal paste interface material either here or on the processor, so we need to apply some. Here we have Cooler Master's V1 IC. Corsair doesn't makes any thermal paste, so that is why we are not having any Corsair. And be gentle, we need just pea size drop, and this thermal paste is very liquid type, that is why it will be very normal in this. It is, I think, too much still, since it is Pentium G3258. You don't need that much of thermal paste. Now we will install the cold plate. You can obviously do like this in order to get better clearance from your parts. Actually, I will try doing normal, then I will change it according to your needs. Now you can see I have placed the cold plate, but it's very shaky because thermal interface material is very like liquid, just like liquid, and not like semi-solid or something like that. Here we need to do in sandwich pattern, and you need these thumb screws. Do very gently and slowly. Now you can see it's almost good enough that I can leave my hand, because it was because of thermal interface material, it was very liquidy, so it did not stick enough. Now since we have done all of our 4 thumb screws, we can tighten it now. And don't overdo it, any one of them, as it may put uneven pressure on the processor drive. When you feel it's tight enough, just leave it. According to me, I can feel that it's enough, so I will leave it here. Now we need to connect the fan headers and the pump header. This pump has a 3-pin header. We can obviously do a 3-pin header from the system, but since it is for the CPU, we will install in the CPU fan header. You can do obviously cable manage, but we are not doing any stuff any cable management because it's our test bench and we don't need cable management here. And we are installing our fans on the system fan header, and you may be saying why you're using this. You can do it through fan splitter for CPU or something like that, but I don't care because I'm going to use software based control in order to do RPMs for the fan. So plugging it through system fan header won't matter because system fan headers 4 pin can be managed through software, that is App Center from Gigabyte. Now you can do like this, for it will look like better. So guys, we have done almost everything. Now we will put all the panels. So starting with the front panel and all the side panels. I'm leaving the top panel for you guys to have a view of the Corsair's liquid coolers servo display. I will plug in the power. Running on the ATS. Now let's power on the system. As you can see, the Corsair logo is lit. I think maybe the fan was in, and you can see the single peak meaning boot okay. This fan is, the small fans are giving some trouble. So as you can see, our installation is complete. So guys, this was the installation of a AIO cooler featuring Corsair's Hydro Series H105 liquid cooler. So guys, if you like the video, do give a like, and if you dislike the video, dislike the video. If you have something to say, comments down below, and do subscribe to the channel for more videos. Thank you guys. You guys rock.